Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome to part 11 of our F1 2012 Lotus career mode. Today it is time for our first race with the Lotus team. You will notice that we were with Williams last time, now we're with Lotus. Well, we got a contract offer from Eric Boulier, wanted us to join the team after our brilliant podium in Hockenheim, as it says there. We were thinking of next year. We got a podium and Frank Williams was delighted with it, but nonetheless we were given the chance to dive for Lotus, and that is exactly what we've done. We've moved to Lotus. And as you can see, we've moved to the right side of that constructors battle, right in between our Williams and Mercedes. And we start today with the Hungarian Grand Prix. Surprising that Lotus have replaced Roman Grosjean, only 61 points. Kimi Raikkonen only on 8, and hopefully for the constructors battle he can improve that coming into the second half of the season. But I have got a confession to make here. You will say, well, you won't say, but you'll see at the top, it says 11 Hungary race. Now, we've already done qualifying. I did qualifying the other day. For some reason, I went to Lotus, changed to Lotus, did the intro, did qualifying, and didn't do the race. And I genuinely don't know why. I just couldn't figure out why. I've come back into it today, and I remember signing for Lotus. I can't particularly remember doing qualifying, though. And this is just mind-boggling. I've had a very weird weekend, because considering the Australian Grand Prix was on, I've been as tired as hell, to be quite frankly. So I'm not sure where we qualified here. It might be last, it might be pole, you never know. But I've got a strange feeling that I did qualifying, recorded it, and then sort of went out of it. I don't know. I think I did qualifying, went out of the career mode, thinking, no, it won't save. It's fine. I think probably because I wasn't up for it. I recorded qualifying probably about 9 o'clock on the Saturday morning. Thought, oh my god, it was 4:30 I got up this morning, so I'm just going to straight to bed. But I can't particularly remember where we qualified. Unfortunately though, folks, for today's race I won't be able to give you qualifying. And our objective is to finish first. Why have I got a funny feeling we're high up on the grid? Well, that wasn't bad, was it? Blimey. Pole? I safely, actually I can, I think. I think I can remember doing this. Yeah, it looks about right. I remember Kimi going out in 11th and Schumacher out in 18th. I remember that. So, goodness knows what happened to that qualifying footage, but we start pole for today's Hungarian Grand Prix, so let's just get on with it, shall we? A very bizarre start to the weekend. I think that possibly in future episodes it might be better, even if we do get pole, not to skip qualifying. I mean, I know we got pole, so it can't be that boring, but nevertheless, apologies for that, folks. So today's episode might be a little bit shorter, but hopefully we have an action-packed race from here. That was a very bizarre one, but we've qualified on pole. Well, would you believe it? For our first new race with Lotus, our first race with our new constructor Lotus, we have qualified on pole, 10th place above our teammate Kimi Raikkonen and away above any of the two Williams drivers. So we're starting on pole for the first time this season, and bizarrely we have parked it very much to the left, angling to the left on the start. But we've got the 5 lights here at the Hungarian. We're going to go into rich mix shoes. Some of our curves, probably using all of it, isn't going to be necessary here. But a decent start. Sebastian Vettel's probably got a bit of a better start than us, and so has Mark Webber and Jenson Button. Look at them all. But we're going to break. Ooh, we've been boxed in a little bit here by Button and Webber. Ooh, dear. We have, certainly. But Vettel takes the lead from the start. We've lost a few on the start, and Button is with Sebastian Vettel. Oh, Button having to brake very early there, so we're going to have to follow on from that. Not the best start for us there, although Button is there for the taking, it seems, because Vettel has got past and pulled away a little bit. Can we make the move going into this left-hander? He's going to try and defend it. But we're going to go up the inside of Button, tap him on the outside, admittedly run him a little bit wide. But we shouldn't get any sort of penalty for that, I shouldn't imagine. A little bit dirty. But were we within our rights, I would say. So, yeah. But one position last on the start. It's very disappointing to lose that to Sebastian Vettel. Wasn't the best start, but there's no point going overly defensive at the start. At the end of the day, you can. But I feel like I try and reenact real life a little bit. There's no way you would dive it up the inside on the game. Because honestly, I think I'd just end up using a flashback if we crashed there. You can't do that in real life. So I think that's probably the fairest choice. But a little bit more aggressive, certainly, in overtaking Jenson Button. But second place, we've lost one position. But in the Williams, we'd certainly be happy to be up here. And equally, I think even though we got pole, I think that Lotus would be more than happy with us getting a podium here. So let's try and get one. I mean, this episode is going to be a lot shorter, I think, because the race sequences only tend to be about 15 minutes when we record the videos, and qualifying usually makes about 5 or 10 minutes. So people will probably think we crash some point in this race, so it might boost the viewing figures, who knows. Well, I think it'd be appropriate today, with the episode being short, to give you comprehensive highlights rather than extended highlights, so I'll have to talk a little bit more, which is never a good sign, either for me or for you. We usually crash if I end up talking more, but for you guys, goodness me, more of my voice than you need to hear. Bad idea, isn't it? But coming up to the end of lap 2, we've pulled away a little bit from Hamilton. It's not like we're holding up a train. We've completely forgotten to use our KERS. Complete oversight there, that's a little bit silly. But Vettel has bolted, as he did in a lot of the race in this 4-year era from 2010 to 13. He's just bolted away from the front of the field. Good setting a 125.2. I can't remember what we set in quali. Must have been a good time to get pole position. I still can't believe that. I feel like I do remember. Like I said, I think I did the session. Might have even started the race and just thought, oh, bugger it. You know, I'm going to bed. But, oh well. Hopefully we'll still get an exciting race here today. Vettel 5.3 seconds ahead. But we're keeping our gap well to, I was going to say Sebastian Hamilton. Well, that's a made-up driver, isn't it? But we're keeping our gap quite nicely to Hamilton behind. The unfortunate thing is, I think, with qualifying well, if there is to be an unfortunate thing with qualifying on pole, it doesn't set up for a marvellously exciting race. You don't want to lose positions, hence why you don't really want to be in a battle with anyone. But I'd rather be where we are now, defending a little bit from Lewis Hamilton, than being Vettel in front, despite him being in front and miles ahead. It would make it a very boring race for you guys. So I'm always considering the effects on you guys, but I don't think, well, I think basically the cars behind us are quicker. Hamilton is gaining here, there's no doubt about that. Again, we haven't used our KERS, that might help to actually gain some speed, you know. It is there for a reason. Don't want to run wide this last corner. We've had to back off a little bit there. But oh well, 7 seconds ahead is Sebastian Vettel. Someone's retired from the race. Who would that be? A front runner or a back marker? John O'Verne in the Toro Rosso. Not really going to affect us here. Lewis Hamilton trying to go up the inside, but not really making much of it. And at this point, it's just all about managing our position. Interesting to see the future oh god, I can't speak today. The future teammates, Hamilton and Rosberg, ride with each other. Vettel has really bolted, hasn't he, at the front? Look at that gap. 10.7 seconds. So I'm getting the feeling we might be holding a little bit of a train here. Look at this big train behind us. To be fair, though, we're holding our own. It's not like we're massively defending, although that's a bit of a mistake. Blimey, Hamilton is right behind us now. Brake checking him almost there after that little mistake, that little twitch. But we're holding our own. You know, Hamilton's not right up behind us trying to get past, apart from when we make mistakes at corners and brake track the driver. But we're doing well here, as I say. To finish second here would be fantastic, of course. Remembering, folks, be a big improvement on our best result with Williams. It was third place back in the last race, but we're on a very good run now. We're getting well accustomed to this game, all to change in a few weeks when we go to F1 2013. Hopefully we can go into F1 2013 with Lotus. It'd be nice to have some continuation, but if not, we can't. But we're running a little bit wide there, but we're conserving our fuel quite nicely. I was going to say that's our first 124 of the day, but quite a way off it. Hamilton trying to go for it here, and we block him off on the outside, on the inside line even. Rosberg going for it behind him. We're not going to watch that, but let's just see. Hamilton is still ahead. One criticism I would have of the AI on this game is that they're not the most aggressive. As you saw there, Hamilton had DRS. Whoa! Oh, he drifted it through there. I've got to watch a replay of this. Let's watch this. Let's see what happened through that corner. Like a drift, wasn't it? We ran out onto the grass a little bit, as you can see. Just one tyre on the grass there. And yeah, there we go. We had a bit of a drift through that corner. Luckily, we controlled it quite well. But as you can see, Rosberg right on our back now. Oh, dear. Well, I thought we were going to go round there, but luckily we don't. But as you can see, a massive train of cars behind us. But it's not going to hurt. It really isn't. Someone might try and get the undercut. Blind, we're making mistake after mistake now. Might be the age of the tyres, perhaps. But I'm just blaming that on the age of the tyres rather than probably our driving. But we've still got the pit stops to come. The problem with holding a train up is that I fear that we could be overtaken in the pit stops and we won't be able to catch up to the other drivers. But a very harsh consideration for the team for our target to be first, isn't it? For us to be on pole is great, but for the team to try and get us to win, really? That's a bit harsh from my opinion. And we won't meet their objective today, despite finishing second, which is a damn sight better than Kimi's finished in any of the races so far this season. So I think that's particularly harsh from the Lotus team there. But we've got one lap to go before we make our first pit stop, and that'll probably be an appropriate point to come back for an update. Vettel just increasingly bombing away from the field, 18.5 seconds ahead. Wow, he's just incredible, isn't he? Especially when he starts to pull away. He's a brilliant driver in open air. But honestly, I don't think he's quite as good in close combat. But less on Sebastian Vettel. Rosberg seems to go past us. Hamilton not in. Are we the only driver that's in? Possibly, I don't know. But yeah, well, it looks like it. Well, we haven't changed the pit stop strategy at all. This is what the team suggested. So, are we A, perhaps going for an undercut? Or B, do the team think that our tyres will be lacking? But we're not going to come out in the best position here unless we can jump Carthagena. Didn't think we'd be battling with him at all today, but it looks like we are going to jump Carthagena. So actually, the team have both set in quite a nice gap. So fair play to the team there. They obviously thought that, I mean, it's not the most ingenious idea because it was predicted at the start of the race that we'd pit on lap 7. But there's a massive train in front, and I think this could be a good opportunity to have a good outlap, a good strong outlap, and potentially get a bigger gap on the guys that make up that train. So fair play to the pit strategists. It's turned out to be a good one, it seems. Well, it's been quite an aggressive outlap for us. Are we going to benefit here using a bit of our curves on the start-finish? That's going to help our overall straight line speed and acceleration. We're certainly going to jump our teammate Kimi, but it looks like anyone that's coming Rosberg, we've jumped him by a long way, and it seems Button's jumped Rosberg as well. So a good strategy there to come in early. We've made a gain on everybody that was behind, so that's definitely positive. Is that gap going to strengthen and lengthen even to those that haven't pitted, and of course, with the teammates of those that came in, the likes of Hamilton? I'm trying to think who else. Possibly Alonso. I think it was Massa behind Button, so there's a few drivers still to get the undercut on, and it might not be that easy. Well, we've just set our personal best of the race by half a second. That's not going to be too bad, but we have been jumped by a few of these here. They've got the overcut rather than the undercut. That is the Ferrari of Alonso. Oh, Massa even we've just got past. Mark Webber, though, is the next. He's jumped us, but we can get the benefit. Look at his cold try. He's trying to weave his way to get the cut on us, and that's a bit dirty, to be fair, from our end. I think we might, yeah, we're going to flash back on that. I know we got a penalty for it, and that's probably why we flashed back. That's a little bit dirty from us, and a little bit silly. I just got what's the word? Carried away there. We didn't really turn in early enough, and to be fair, Webber's providing a good defence up the inside line. He's going to stay there to make it 2 abreast, but he's got the lead at the moment. Oh, look at this. We've got a good run on him on the straight, though. Oh, tap him out of the way there. But once again, it's like the Button incident. All is fair in love and war. But that's the McLaren that's jumped us of Lewis Hamilton. So that's a shame. Hamilton jumps. He gets the overcut on us there. Who else is there ahead? Oh, Kobayashi hasn't pitted. So we're still on for a podium here. But Hamilton has jumped. It's going to be a big defensive job as well to keep the Red Bull, who, by the way, is a mile ahead of Mark Webber. Of course, Webber being Vettel's teammate. The Red Bull of Mark Webber behind us in this race. Another personal best. Only a tenth better than our personal best last time, but we are still improving. Look at Webber coming up the inside. We're not going to defend, see if he goes for it. No, he doesn't. That is a real problem with the AI on this game. I mean, he was a lot quicker on the straight there. We didn't provide any sort of defence. Anyone that was sensible would have just dived it up the inside, but I'm not bothered about that. We retain the place quite easily. And unless the cars behind seriously get feisty, we should retain this 3rd place until the end of the race. I know it's not the best advertisement for the rest of the race, but nonetheless, we should retain the 3rd place, I think. Oh, Webber's actually gone for it this time. That's encouraging to see. Round the outside. Oh, I think he's got it, you know. We were sleeping a bit there. I think he has. He's gone. Webber's gone. Or do we dive up the inside? No, I don't think we will here. We can get a good run out of this corner, though. Oh, we haven't really took it that well. Well, we were a bit shaken there. We went a little bit defensive, but not too much. But Mark Webber snuck round the outside. I mean, he's been quicker than us for a while, so fair play to him. But a good move from Webber. We're going to try... Oh, that was a bit of a knock there and into the gravel. I think the problem is when we push, we're more liable to make mistakes. So I don't think we're going to catch up to Webber now. I think Webber's gone, cutting that corner massively. Jesus Christ. Alright, okay, let's not push. I think because when we push, as I say, we make mistakes. But, oh dear, Webber's gone past now. So, from pole down to 4th place. That's a Sauber going massively wide there. Goodness knows what he was doing in the background. Is he still in the race? Yeah, he is. But Vettel setting all the fastest laps out ahead. And we're going to end this race not with a podium, it seems. Webber's made the move. I mean, to be honest, all the drivers behind in the top 3 or 4 teams are a long way above us in terms of their pace. But the most important thing is picking up constructors' points, something that Kimi is doing at the moment. 2 points, 14 points for us, only 4 for Mercedes. We can more than half that gap between the two teams, and that's definitely a positive to take from this race, even though our racecraft's been sloppy to say the least. Well, that just proves Webber has just got past us and just set the fastest lap of the race, a 1:22.6. Certainly not bad, a lot quicker than what we can do, and if a driver's going nearly 2 seconds quicker than us a lap, then I'm not surprised what they're doing. Another drift around the corner. I think these tyres might have gone off the cliff a little bit here, possibly, so tyre management might be the thing to do before the end, but we want to retain this 4th place, definitely. Well, this could be massive for the championship. Jenson Button now retiring from the race. Blimey, that's terrible for Jenson Button. Vettel's going to gain another 25 points. I don't think Vettel's had a retirement so far this year, you know. Whereas I think Button's had 2, so it's going to extend Button's lead in the championship fight. It's going to weaken McLaren's constructor effort. As you can see, I think Button was running 6th because, as you can see, there's a Force India now occupying that spot, and Force India usually aren't that good, but bit of an update at this point with 2 laps to go. Massa's just behind us. We go, oh, blimey, he's chucked it up the outside. Gonna have to be a lot more aggressive this time than we were with Mark Webber, but I think Massa's gone. Again, we've been caught napping. Really have. Going to try and do with Massa what we couldn't with Mark Webber, but running wide there certainly isn't going to help. I think once again we've been caught napping, and we're down to 5th place now. It's clear this race pace of the car is not the best, but I should have really done well, a lot better to defend there, particularly considering the poor job we did with Webber. But yeah, Felipe Massa takes 4th now. Well, why not? Let's do something a little bit different. Let's get to cockpit cam for the last lap of this Grand Prix. The rest are just behind us now with the other Lotus of Raikkonen. So we are going to pick up a combined 16 points, is that today? Yeah, 6 points for Raikkonen, 10 points for us. Hopefully, we can try and back Di Resta into Raikkonen a little bit. That would be good. But not try not to get overtaken ourselves. That would certainly be helpful, wouldn't it? But coming into the last lap, I think, to reflect, I think that, to be honest, we'd have taken 5th place any other day of the week. We're going to definitely stay to the outside because that's the way they like to seem to attack. But we just shoved Di Resta off a little bit there. They could be coming from both angles here, but we probably hindered Kimi there on blocking Kimi off a little bit. But Kimi's got him. He's got Di Resta. Good stuff. Right, let's make sure we beat our teammate now at the end. Go back to the normal TV cam, but that was a good orchestrated move there to get Kimi through to 2nd. That's 18 points for the team today. As I was saying, I think that 5th place would be widely taken well in any other race, but it was just because we qualified on pole that, yeah, we were expected to do a little bit more, but 18 points for the team, 10 points for ourselves, 8 points for Kimi, and yeah, this is really good for us. I think really moving from Williams is a great opportunity. I think Lotus is a proven winning car, although of course Williams did get a win in real life in that season, the same amount as Lotus, but on the game, I think the Lotus is a lot more of a quicker car. I think we've proven that by getting pole. That's something we definitely wouldn't have been able to do in the Williams unless there was a freak result. But Sebastian Vettel takes the win, not a surprise. Leading from the outset today, brilliant drive from Vettel. Just cruised to the win practically, left everybody else behind. Hopefully though, Kimi isn't going to be overtook by Di Resta here, but we can't do anything about that. We just have to focus on our own race for this last few corners. And even though the team aren't going to be very happy, we're going to be very happy because we're going to take 5th place here. Coming across the line, we lost a few positions, but it's a good way to start with the Lotus team, and we finish in 5th. And Kimi does manage to take 6th in the end. Good result from him. But a 5th place from us, a fairly lacklustre race apart from being overtaken. Not the best highlight really, but as you can see, our fastest laps were abysmal. 24.4 was our fastest lap. Only, well, Bruno Senna, I think, even beat that. Yeah, Bruno Senna beat that. It was only the bottom 6 that didn't beat that lap time. But Nico Rosberg at the back as well in the end. Blimey, I didn't realise that had happened. But Rosberg at the back. So Mercedes don't score any points today. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, we move to 9th place. Just ahead of Felipe Massa now. As you can see, the ramifications on the title challenge are huge. Button must have had the lead of the championship again. But we moved... Oh, blimey, I didn't realise it was that close. We moved to 5th in the championship ahead of Mercedes. Jolly good stuff. And hopefully going into the second half of the season, we now have a summer break. Very odd, I have to say, to be signed up just before Hungary, the race before the summer break. But now in the summer break, we've got a chance to reconvene and hopefully... Oh, get a grip. Get that 20-point gap down to Sauber and go for that 4th place come the end of the season. So, Apologies once again for no qualifying there, but we beat Kimi on our first weekend. That's very positive there. I don't think Vettel could do much better. He absolutely trounced the field there. But let's have a look at some emails. Yeah. Ooh. Oh my God. Look at that. Race objective. Qualifying second. Race first. Blimey. You'll soon have the chance to select a championship rival. Yep, we know all that. We are winning against Raikkonen. A little bit. I don't really know why it's compared over the whole season, but it's something I like, I suppose. We've got one podium over the season. We've outraced Kimi 8 times. We've got a hell of a lot more championship points. Tyre wear looks good though after Budapest. And now we move on to the 12th race of the season, which of course is the jewel in the crown, Spa-Francorchamps. But if you enjoyed that, folks, make sure to leave a like down below. Comment as well if you enjoyed, and subscribe for F1 content twice a week on F1 2012, of course, moving to F1 2013 after the end of the season. But if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, as I said. Hope you have enjoyed, folks. Make sure to leave a like. I've said that 3 times now. I need to actually get my conclusions done. But thank you very much for watching, folks. I have been TIJ Gaming. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.